Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Everybody, welcome to another Sports podcast. I am Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the one, the only, the man that you all love, the man that you all know, the man that some of us have known for longer than others.
Oh my gosh, is he already
hey, guys, don't step in my intro
No,
here.
this is, you're going... You see, you never see compress. You always see lengthen.
What? No, that's I'm
Phil Ranta. I'm the sports outsider. I don't know anything about sports.
I was getting there.
I am not the one and only.
Succinct.
A lot of
that
people.
Was very succinct.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know anything about sports. I'm not the one and only. There's other people named Phil. They don't know shit about sports.
That's fine. I'm just
you are
saying.
the sports outsider on
really,
the Sports podcast.
That's true. This
really
is
stepped
my
in my
house.
Intro there.
This
stepped
is
in my
my house.
Getting a little too.
No, that's how basketball players say it.
Yeah.
This is my house.
Football
We must
players
protect this house.
Yeah.
Football players more use the house
And
analogy.
then in hockey they say, this is my hoose. Same deal.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh, zing.
Tim Tebow, watch update, alert.
Oh, we didn't hire anybody to replace Roy.
Yeah, we don't have a middle drop guy.
Yeah.
I don't like doing continuing storylines.
Can you just
for
say
the
brought to you
record?
by?
Oh yeah. Brought to you by
Mentos, feel the rush in your mouth alert.
All right, I don't think we need to replace Roy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead.
Joel should just say,
Joel, why don't you do it from now on?
Mentos update.
We'll give you the
watch update,
line.
brought to you
You'll
by.
say the line,
Okay.
and that'll be it. It'll just be the line.
Okay. What's the line?
Mentos update, watch update,
No,
alert.
Tim
brought to
Tebow,
you by-
update, watch
Well,
update.
no, I'm confused.
No,
Is it
you're right.
Mentos
You
or-
repeat what I say, and
Tim
you
Tebow update, watch update, alert.
well, there's a
Then brought
space
to
in
you
between
by.
the update.
Okay,
and
that's simple enough. I think I can do that.
then add nothing more to that.
I've grown a beard since we started talking about Joel and doing this drop.
Tim Tebow offered job by Arena Football League's L.A. Kiss.
Hey.
Ooh.
Wait, Kiss? Their name's
Kiss FM with Ryan Seacrest in the
Sub-headline,
morning.
Angelinos learned that they have an Arena Football League team, and it's named Kiss, cannot hide disappointment to both developments.
Yes, I'm very sad.
In case you follow real news, apparently the band Kiss bought LA's Arena Football team because why have a reality show if you're not going to spend the money you earn on stupid shit?
Exactly.
And Tim Tebow's been on a 3-year contract. Yes, the band Kiss bought the LA Arena Football League team.
So is the
they
deal
named it the LA Kiss.
Is the deal that shitty rock bands from the 80s buy up arena football
and
teams?
70s.
Yeah.
And
They
70s.
were, yeah.
Because Bon Jovi has one.
He does.
Bon Jovi, yes, owns a team in Jersey.
Really?
Oh, there you go. I
Are
figured
they
he owned
called
a soccer team or something.
The Jersey Outlaws? Or are they called like
The Jersey
Cowboys?
Prayers?
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Wanted, the Jersey Wanted.
Yeah. Dead or Alive.
Wanted's
Sub-headline.
actually not terrible.
I
Well,
kind of
AD
like
kills
Jersey
that song.
Wanted.
He just
the
nails
LA
it. I love
Kiss,
it.
though, that's not good.
No, it's not. Yeah, but they've offered Tim Tebow a 3-year contract. The offer will encompass, quote, a 3-year contract with the possibility for Tim Tebow to earn millions. That's
Whoa.
the news release. Really low on specifics there.
Possibility to earn millions. I'm sure Tebow's
Yeah.
pretty thrilled. How much was the contract he signed coming out of college?
A lot more than that. He was a first-round draft
Right,
pick, wasn't he?
was.
Well, they're going to buy him a lottery ticket every week while he's there. So they'll be like, you have the potential to win millions. That's your payment, though, is a lottery ticket every
Your
week.
earnings potential on a week-to-week basis,
Right.
incredibly high. They also said the chance for Tebow to improve as a quarterback is immense, as the AFL is a pass-happy league with 90% of the league's offensive plays coming from throwing the ball.
Nice.
So we can maybe, get some practice in, right?
Right. But he's old, isn't he?
No.
Oh,
He's
I
like,
don't
what,
know.
26 maybe?
Well,
No,
he's
I
old
mean,
at heart, though, right?
Well, yes, he's an old soul.
Well, there you go.
finished,
That's what
yeah.
I totally meant.
He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
We mock, but I mean, can you imagine what it'd be like to be Tebow?
He's performed circumcisions in Uganda.
Right, exactly.
Like, that's pretty...
He,
That's
he went
living.
from being like the most loved person in America to like the single most mocked person in America in very little time.
But he's still so wildly popular that he's going to have a career in selling
Yeah.
his image.
But is he popular anymore? Or is he like a circus freak at this
I think
point?
he's still like enough of a good story.
Yeah, and he's got his own segment on the Sports
Right,
podcast.
we're
It's
giving him
true,
free
as long
pub.
as he's still got that.
The release added, if accepted, the contract will need to be approved by the AFL's Board of Directors and AFL Players Union. That's not very interesting.
Yeah.
They said Tim Tebow is one of the most recognized and respected athletes in sports. That's Paul Stanley said that.
Hey, from Kiss?
Yeah.
Nice. What did Peter Chris say?
Oh, he's not. No, he's not. No.
What about Gene Simmons?
We'll get to
What
him.
about the fourth guy?
His joining us would mean great things for his fans and our team, especially from a business standpoint. I mean, we're Kiss, right? We're going to sell a bunch of stupid Tebow shit.
Nice.
Gene Simmons added, acquiring Tebow would not only be a great investment for the team, but his exciting style of play would definitely send shockwaves through the league. We're excited for the opportunity to see him in an LA Kiss uniform. I'm excited to see what an LA Kiss uniform looks like.
Yeah.
Probably super weird.
I bet they have a tongue guard built in.
And
They got long tongues, Jordan. There's no response to that.
we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. LA Kiss fans, he's excited for them to be rocking
Oof.
their Tebow shirts and jerseys.
Really
Yeah.
don't like Kiss. I should make clear here, Kiss is like one of my least favorite bands ever.
Well, to me, they're the George Lucas of the rock and roll world in terms of they're really good at selling lunchboxes.
Right.
They're excellent at selling lunchboxes. The product they put out, not that impressed
They're
by.
the pride of Detroit, though. They're Michigan
No,
people.
they
They're
are not.
Michigan
They
people.
say
are
that.
not.
They sing
They
that
are
one
not.
song.
They
No,
are not.
them and Kid
No,
Rock
they
are
are
the
not.
prides
They're
of
not
Detroit.
from Michigan. They had a song called Detroit Rock City. Their live album was recorded at Cobo Arena.
Great.
Everybody's live albums recorded.
That's true. That's true. There's been no word from Tebow, though sources close to him indicate he believes the length of Gene Simmons' tongue to be sinful.
Oh, I believe that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Understandable.
You know what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow, update, watch update, alert.
Tom T-Bosh. Newsflash, alert.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by.
Mentos. Feel the rush in your mouth. Alert. I am disappointed in Joel.
What?
Whoa, the drop guy knew.
He knew.
I'm not
guy
a
knew.
professional drop guy. You guys can't
suck.
expect me to fill in on short
You're
notice like
supposed to
this.
talk into a microphone. What are you doing?
Listen, Roy was union, okay? There's a reason why you don't let people like that go.
This is a terrible podcast.
This is. Let's get started. What do we have on the podcast today?
Well, we have Billy Badjima.
Who is that?
Billy Pajamas?
What? Last week I asked for people with normal names. I made a
Billy
plea.
Bajima?
I had made a plea for people with normal human Christian names.
Yes, he was the starting tight end on the 2004 Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Ah, the Cowboys.
Yeah, under Les
Cowboys.
Miles, they've recently come under. I mean, the Sports Illustrated story is broken
Oh,
about them paying players, the
yes.
sex scandal, all this.
Academic misconduct.
Yeah, so he's going to come on and talk to us about his time at Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Great.
Phil, we got a weird sport
You goddamn right we do.
and some news.
News on the Sports podcast with Jordan, Joel, and Phil.
News. CBS Sports debuts Johnny Cam for Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Cab from Total Recall?
Johnny Cam.
I am Johnny Cab.
Johnny Cam. David
Cam.
Letterman makes predictable joke about being first CBS employee to attach a camera to a reckless animal.
Whoa.
The Alabama Crimson Tide will invade College Station this week, and CBS will broadcast the matchup, which
Already?
is the first SEC clash the young season on CBS. Last
On
year,
CBS. I mean, because South Carolina played Georgia last week.
that is
didn't
correct.
they?
Last year, the thrilling game, which A&M won, was Bama's only loss of the season. As we know, national champions.
Sure.
To mark the occasion, CBS will have one camera isolated on Johnny Football, who this past offseason, Phil, you'll know this, took a heel turn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like in wrestling.
Yeah, he went from a face to a heel this offseason.
So his name's Johnny Football.
His
I think
name's
he
Johnny
must be a
Manziel.
quarterback. Okay.
His nickname is Johnny Football.
People call him Johnny Football,
That's right.
So he's probably a good-looking guy, dude from middle America, grew up on a farm throwing footballs through a tire swing.
Perfect spirals.
Then all of a sudden, he
Goes to
sees a kid, right? And he throws the football right at the kid's face, and went, "I hate children," and everyone went, "Boo!"
It's like
That
that,
was a
except that
heel.
instead of throwing a football at a kid's face, he got paid money to autograph shit.
Well, and he
That's
also
not a
like
heel turn.
showed up drunk to like Peyton Manning's passing
Right.
camp.
Heard that.
Was petulant in his first game and was
Yeah.
pulled out by the quarterback. Basically, aside from the getting paid money from autographs, he's kind of had an unpleasant attitude lately.
Yeah.
If you're his coach, you might say, "Son, you need an attitude readjustment."
And every time he goes to a stadium, he gets on the mic and goes, "Boy, it sure does suck to be here in Alabama." Yeah, with a bunch of Alabama idiots.
Yeah, something like that.
The camera will likely grab more images of an unhappy teen than currently on Pete Townsend's hard drive.
That is a multi-layered joke right there. I feel
Thank
like
you.
most people have forgotten about the whole Pete Townsend child porno
We're
thing.
bringing it back.
Yeah.
But for seriously, guys,
Sirs.
what do we make of this blatant attempt by CBS to be ESPN?
You're right. Like how much? What are they gonna? Here's the thing. What if they're just sort of like, wow, once we had the Johnny Cam, we didn't realize how much we were missing before. Like here he is doing a line off of a cheerleader, and here he is punching a handicapped kid in the stomach. Like
It would be great if it's like an investigative news camera where we see all this stuff while he's on the sidelines. Like you
Yeah.
said, cocaine off a cheerleader's ass, punching handicapped children.
Question. So this is just centered on him on the field.
Yeah, they're gonna have a camera on him, following him all the
apparently
time.
there was all this
and I
stuff
think
they
you
missed
can
before.
go on. I think you can go on like the internet and follow just that feed.
But if you're the quarterback, isn't that how football games are shot anyways?
Mostly, but I imagine there's
So
like
what the hell
Usually,
is the difference?
no. Usually there's a wide shot. There's very rarely are there close-ups of just following the quarterback. Maybe just when he's in the huddle going hut hut. I
Yeah.
mean, when he's about to snap the
Yeah.
football. But usually it's far away shots, so you see the whole field. So you see all 22 players, Phil.
So on this
Also-
one, you're just seeing him, so it's like a first-person shooter. It's
Yeah.
like Call of Duty Modern Warfare Johnny Manziel edition.
Also, I imagine they'll have a camera on him during all of those times when he's like sitting around and doing nothing while the defense plays.
so you're gonna get him picking his nose,
Yeah.
We hope
spitting
so.
boogers.
All of that stuff we've always been sitting there going, they're showing football. Damn it, I'd like to see my quarterback doing nothing
It's
right
like
now.
watching 24 and saying, when does Jack Bauer go to the bathroom? Now this is like the quarterback equivalent of that.
Yeah.
And of course, this is all just brilliant high satire on ESPN's media saturation of certain sports personalities, right? CBS,
Right.
right.
You know, I feel like, all of the A&M fans are totally
S&M.
No.
Aggie fans.
Oh, that's a different
Texas
thing.
A&M,
Texas A&M.
okay.
agriculture
Just
and
making
military,
sure.
I believe,
Just making sure.
or mechanical.
Agricultural and mechanical. I don't know, something like that. But they are like hardcore. They believe that ESPN like intentionally built up Johnny just so they could sell extra ad space by intentionally tearing him down in the offseason. To which I'd be like, no, this seems pretty typical to me. Like,
Yeah.
Johnny's legitimately that good that he'd be built up this much, and it seems like he's legitimately enough of a jerk that when football's out of season, ESPN will find him doing shit.
Absolutely.
They do this for everybody. Conspiracy. Come on.
I have no opinion.
Speaking of conspiracy, Dennis Rodman is going back to North Korea. Rest of U.S. reacts. Stay there.
Back to the north, back to the north, Korea.
Is that
Solid.
It works.
maybe 30 syllables?
It's got the
a bit
same.
of a
It's got the
stretch.
same idea.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's just returned from his second trip. We reported on his first trip here,
Yeah.
where he was the first foreigner to hold Kim Jong-un's newborn daughter. Now he's planning on going back to organize a couple b-ball games, one on January 8th, the great leader's birthday.
All right.
At a recent New York press conference, Rodman touted basketball diplomacy, which makes about as much sense as compassionate conservative. Just a
Yeah.
catchphase. Doesn't mean anything.
Also, if there's anybody who was going to be connected to the phrase basketball diplomacy, I would not have thought that they were going to be on the 88, 89, and 89, 90 Pistons.
That is right. Well, he says, we say, why North Korea? He says, it'll open doors. Doors to famine and human rights violations, both epic in scale. How about a summertime compromise? Door open, screen door shut.
Right.
Huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
Dad would appreciate
you know
that.
the only person with more human rights violations than Kim Jong-un?
What?
Bill Lambier. Oh, zing!
Don't have an opinion on that.
I
Phil.
do not have an opinion
Yeah.
on that.
That was Phil. That was legitimately pretty funny.
I will
that was a
research
good
on
singer from
Wikipedia
Joel.
and laugh later.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The basketball games he's organizing will feature both North Korea and American players. Rodman's going to go
Oh,
back.
I hope we kick their ass.
Well, I think it's going to be mixed teams is the plan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise,
I
you'd
hope
be like,
that our
oh,
players do better than their
who's
players.
going? Well, this would be one of those few times where having the white guys would be good on a basketball game.
Oh, Joel.
Rodman will go back in December to recruit players and probably be sad while he's there. He hopes to have stars such as former Chicago teammate Scottie Pippen and Karl Malone. Rodman says Michael Jordan won't do it because he's Michael Jordan.
Oh, you know him doing his Hanes commercials.
Another
All
might be
caught up and not wanting to go to North Korea.
right. It also might be because of MJ's passing knowledge of totalitarian regimes.
Yes.
It's just passable knowledge.
Well, that's what Michael Jordan, I think, is known for more than anything else. There was that whole dunking from the free throw line thing, but mostly when people would ask him questions about like East Germany during his playing career, he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, that's a totalitarian regime, isn't it?" And we go, "Oh, that's Jordan. That's Jordan for you."
But that's not all. The Worm and the Great Leader have other projects in the works. Kim has asked him
Please
to
say buddy cop comedy. That would be the best. Worm Jong-un. This summer.
What was the movie he was actually in?
Double take?
There we go.
Yep.
Kim has asked him.
I'm picturing a police chief like, "Oh, glorious leader. It was amazing the way that you smashed those 20 cars while chasing down the perp."
Hey. That's the whole movie.
Kim has asked him to train his players to compete in the 2016 Olympics.
Mighty Duck style.
He's offered to allow the Hall of Famer to write a book about him. And
Is
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman in the Hall of Fame?
No,
Yeah.
he's talking about Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
He's in the North Korean Hall
Come
of
on,
Fame
try
for
to
everything.
keep up,
Yeah.
Joel. And he will interview Kim on live TV during the trip.
Nice.
He rarely referred to Kim by name in the press conference, frequently calling him the Marshal, which to me sounds eerily similar to the governor on The Walking Dead.
Ooh, it kind of does.
It kind of does.
Or like
the governor,
Eminem.
probably a more reasonable leader,
More
than,
benevolent leader.
yeah.
They're saying he didn't want to discuss politics. Rodman raised his voice when answering a question about Kim's human rights record. He has his job. He has to do a job, and he's a very good guy. If he wanted to bomb anybody in the world, he would have done it already.
Whoa.
That's also how I describe my best friends.
Right.
If Joel wanted to kill you, he would.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
true. If I did, I would.
Starting to think Dennis Rodman a little bit of another butter.
That's it. That's what's tipped it, Jordan.
Yep.
People were criticizing him about not doing anything about the American citizens held prisoner there. Rodman said lobbying for the release of a prisoner wasn't his job, blaming the president for not reaching out to ease tension between the companies.
Dennis Rodman's throwing Obama under the bus?
Yeah, well, he's dead on about it not being his job. He should be shilling for protein drinks or some shit.
Yeah.
He then criticizes the president. He says, "Why, Obama, are you afraid to talk to Dennis Rodman?" Raising his the news article says raising his voice as if he were a professional wrestler.
Nice. He had a heel turn, too.
He goes on, "You're not afraid to talk to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Why not me? Why not me? I'm pretty important now, right?" Mrs. Rodman, your son has been acting out in class. Somebody needs a father figure.
Yep.
And it's like, if the Pistons don't fire Chuck Daly, do we have to put up with this bullshit right now? Do we?
I don't know the answer. I have no opinion.
Don't have an opinion on it. In Washington State Department spokesperson Marie Harf avoided comment on Monday on Rodman's trip to North Korea because, unlike Rodman, she's a fucking grown-up.
Yeah.
Phil?
Yes, Jordan.
Joining us now in the studio will be Billy Bajima, who's a starting tight end for the 2004 Oklahoma State Cowboys under head coach Les Miles. Billy, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hey, guys.
Hey, that was a long time ago. 2004, huh?
Oh, yeah, haven't played football in quite some time.
Yeah, NSYNC was still popular. Did you meet him?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, I don't know that you've heard because
Well,
we
here's
want
the
to talk
thing.
college football.
Absolutely. Want to talk about the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'm an alumni. They were my team. And you know what? We're looking at a great year this year, I think. Big 12, wide open. QB J.W. Walsh is looking really good so far. Jeremy Smith, hell of a running back. I think they've got a chance to win that Big 12 South.
Well, I agree with you, and I think it's been a program that's been on the rise, Phil.
I have no opinion.
Thank you. T. Boone Pickens has given a lot of money, built a nice new stadium there.
Absolutely.
That's a
T-Boone's
funny
done some good
Southerner
stuff.
name.
So what do you guys want to know about the program? Any stories from my glory days you want to hear?
You know, we'd be interested in those.
I love stories from Glories.
All right, what do you want to know about?
But specifically, there's been an article series out in Sports Illustrated.
I don't get Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
Oh, it's an excellent publication. I got Sports Illustrated for kids when I was little. It was mostly about female golfers.
You get Sports Illustrated for kids when you're now.
Right, but I don't read it because I don't care for sports.
Or female golfers.
Yes.
But no, the big thing is now is there was academic misconduct, they're saying.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And they're saying that coaches paid players, that players got paid.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a bonus system for players, rewarding play on the field. And
What?
yeah, and up in the thousands
People
of dollars.
were getting paid while I was there? I'm appalled. I am outraged.
Oh, come on. You can't be. Stop pretending. You come clean.
I did
Tell us
not
now.
know anything about this, and I'm really pissed off to hear it.
Wait, your face is getting all red. Is
You
it
didn't-
because you got paid? Are you hiding something?
I'm furious to find this out. To know that my teammates were getting paid, this is awful.
Well, yeah, it's awful, but you really didn't know that anyone that the program was cheating. That the program was
I had no idea. And this angers me in ways that I can't even begin to say.
How much do they pay you?
I never got paid anything.
Oh.
Everybody else was getting money except for me.
Well, I don't know if everyone else. I mean, you had Bobby Reed.
Bobby Reed got money.
Yeah, Tatum Bell.
Tatum Bell was pretty good, but I was not getting anything.
Yeah.
Well, both of those people were there.
You had Darren Williams.
Okay, I can see Darren Williams. This is still pretty upsetting.
Yeah, and Josh Fields.
Josh got money.
Yeah.
Josh was getting paid to play. Josh was not even that good.
Wait
His
a
senior
sec.
year, we went 7-5.
But you took the moral high ground. You did it the right way. They were
Bull!
wrong.
The what? What? I didn't want to take the moral high ground. I could have used that money.
You use your money for.
I was in work study.
Oh.
I was eating ramen that whole time.
You were working the calf?
Yes.
Oh my God, that sounds
Cleaning
awful.
freaking dishes just to pay for out. This is freaking ridiculous.
Well, geez, does that mean that were you any good? Were you any good?
I was the starting
He was the
tight
starting
end my
tight
senior
end.
year.
Oh, I'm
His name's
sorry.
Billy Bajima.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't
No,
know
the
Billy.
other thing that the articles allege is that there was academic misconduct and that some players basically had their schoolwork done for them by coaches or other students.
What?
Yeah, did you have?
No.
Oh.
I studied so hard to maintain a C average.
Oh, a C? You're dumb.
I never got to go out. I never went and partied. I didn't
went and
date for
partied?
college, and I was a football player. I studied the whole time. Do you have any idea how depressing that is?
Yeah, I
that's
can imagine being in work study and then also having to study and then also having to play football.
All I
That's
did
so
was wash
exhausting.
dishes, study, and then get my ass kicked by better Big 12 teams.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I never got laid in college either.
Yes,
but
but
I
you're a
was able to
nerd.
go- Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
I was a football player. God, that's
At least my
freaking
last name's
ridiculous.
not
Well, you
Bajima.
mentioned the dating thing because in the next series of articles that come out, it's been coming out in installments, talk about recruiting and how when they
Yeah.
were bringing players to the school, they often had attractive college co-eds as hostesses for these players, and in many cases, they slept with the recruits. Now, is this something you experienced when you went on recruiting trips to Oklahoma State?
I imagine it would have been.
You're a
Yes.
football
You're a
player.
football
You're-
player.
you're a good-looking guy.
Holy
You're in pretty-
bejeemas, you're good looking.
No, this was not something
No.
that was afforded to you.
Are you still a virgin? Are you still a virgin?
Not
Billy
still a virgin,
Bajima?
okay?
Oh, you had the look, you had the eye of the virgin for
No,
a second.
I'm thinking back on the hostesses when I went to state, and they were quite attractive, but they were not
They were not forthright.
sleeping with me. So apparently, if I had just been well, this must have been something they kept in the DL, right? They're probably just, they're keeping it on the. That's why they couldn't tell me. They were trying to have as few people know about it as possible. Even though apparently Josh Fields was getting laid left and right and getting paid and having people do his schoolwork for him.
Well, the SI report says everyone knew what was going on.
Oh, God damn it!
And then it was openly discussed among the players.
those fucking assholes.
Some of them even, got upwards of $25,000 a season.
What?
Yeah.
I don't make $25,000 a year now.
Oh man, I'm.
I had a C average at Oklahoma State. Okay, obviously I'm not. This is.
Billy, you're getting all worked up. Jordan, you want to go get ice cream?
Yeah, you know what?
Let's go get ice cream.
You know what? Would you like some ice cream, Billy? It's our treat. Totally our treat.
You guys are paying though.
Yeah. We'll pay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could go for some ice cream.
All right.
Actually, I left my wallet at home, Billy. Would you mind giving us $20?
Phil, this is.
I don't have it. No, I don't have it with me.
You know me. I never come over here with a wallet because I wear athletic shorts.
I know. Billy, would you mind just covering this one time?
Just this once. We'll get you next time. If you come back, we'll get you next time.
Are you guys gonna have me back?
Yeah.
We'll talk to Gene.
You know what? I'm gonna put in a good word with T-Bone Pickens. Maybe get you a job roughnecking or something.
Yeah,
like
let's
that.
go to Cold Stone.
Yeah. Hey, Cold Stone.
Cold Stone's pretty. Can't we go to like Yogurtland or something?
Cold Stone, yeah!
Birthday cake
Oh,
remix.
fucking Christ.
For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
I would like to do at some point we take the audio from a weird sport and use Muppets of ourselves
Yeah.
to reenact the weird sports, and people will get a semblance of what it is like for you to do the weird sports
I
intro.
will call Jim Henson and hook it up. Until then, this week's Weird
Jim
Sport.
Henson is dead.
I will call John Hanson. I don't care. This week's Weird
Who is
Sport.
John Hanson?
I don't know. Craig Hansen? Is it Curtis Hanson?
Who?
Curtis Hanson's the director of 8 Mile.
Right.
and LA
And who are
Confidential.
all these Hanson
I
people
don't
you're
know.
talking about?
Hanson's the soda. Shut up. This week's Weird Sport. Yukigassen.
Okay.
Yukigassen.
Yukigassen show.
Yukigassen 2.
All right, Yukigassen is a snowball fighting competition from Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Been
So
a while
it's
since
just
we've
a-
traveled to the Far East.
That's
Right.
true.
We spend so much time
Are
in
you talking about
Scandinavia
sex?
and England.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then yes, you're right. It has been a while since we've talked about Japanese sports.
But
Right.
Phil and I had sex with Japanese prostitutes right before the show.
Yeah.
Hansen.
And one's name was Yuki and the other one's name was Gassen.
Yeah.
So
We
were
did
well
not invite
primed.
Billy Bajima, though. Do not let him know.
Yeah. Yuki Gassen's a snowball fighting competition from Japan. Today there are annual tournaments in Sobetsu, Hokkaido in Japan, and then Kemijari in Finland, and then Vardø in Norway, and Mount Buller, Victoria in
I feel like
Australia.
every weird sport now ends up with Phil trying to pronounce something from Scandinavia.
Luleå in Sweden.
It's a lot. Things have become more funny pronunciation.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Nailed
Jasper, Alberta. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Ooh, Saskatoon.
All the places where Yukigassen is played professionally.
Whoa!
There's a
Yeah,
professional team in
professionally.
Saskatoon?
Yeah. I
They
mean, these
almost
are
had
all
an
the official
NHL team. That's a
tournaments.
legit city.
Saskatoon?
Yeah.
It's a silly sounding name if you ask me.
Doesn't mean it's not a legit
Saskatoon.
city.
All right. The word Yukigassen consists of Japanese words yuki, meaning,
Snow.
there you go, and gassen, meaning
Fight?
battle.
Hey.
Hence, Yukigassen means,
Snow
battle.
battle.
that's right, cow jump. No, you're right. You're right. It's snow battle. Here's a description of the game. Yukigassen's a game between two teams with 7 players each. Ichi-Nissan Shi Go-Roku Sichi. Is that it? Sichi players each?
Wait, you could count to 7 in Japanese?
The game is played on a court with certain measurements.
I can barely remember that in Spanish.
And the winner is determined through rules made by the Japanese Yukigassen Federation. That's right, federation.
It's not really a sport until you have a federation.
It's not an association. No.
And
They
it's
need
not a good
policing.
sport until you have an obscenely corrupt federation.
Right,
That's right.
exactly. Like the United Federation of Planets.
Right.
Same deal. It's kind of similar to Capture the Flag. Players are eliminated when hit by snowballs. Players wear special Yukigassen helmets with face shields. And a set number of snowballs,
A bunch of fucking
90,
pussies.
You
are made
get
in
90
advance.
snowballs per team.
So all you get is 90 snowballs. Once those are gone,
7
you
on
just
7.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would change because your standard snowball fight, it's really more about the speed at which you could pack and throw.
Right.
More than anything else. It's volume of snow.
If you got a reserve, it's like what? 10 snowballs?
yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
If
Right.
that.
And you'll go through it quick, and it's mostly how fast do you pack and throw, period.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
if you have a bucket of water to dip those snowballs in.
Ooh,
Yeah.
make little ice balls. That's true.
It's like they wear face protection for a snowball fight.
They do, yeah.
That's
I mean,
fucking
there
lame.
was
They wear
only-
face masks just in public every day out over there.
Yeah.
That's like an air thing though. That's not
No,
a
it's
protect your
avian
face.
flu, right? Isn't that the thing? And the pollution in a lot of places in Japan is horrible, apparently.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's an air quality issue.
Yeah.
That was my understanding.
I thought it was germs.
Could be that.
Your
too.
germs.
Your
No,
mom's face is germs.
Tell us about weird sports, Phil.
Okay. So the rest of this was all from that's the end of the Wikipedia, but I did get to see some YouTube videos of it.
Did you?
I did, yeah. And in the YouTube videos, you know the movie Dodgeball?
Of course.
Kind of like Dodgeball. Like the movie Dodgeball. They're chucking
But the
snowballs
balls
in-
don't bounce. The snow
No,
splats.
the snow was splat. I
Can
used
you
to
catch a snowball and then is that
No,
like an
you
obscenely
can't.
difficult?
Because if you catch the snowball, it falls apart. How do you know if you caught it?
Yeah, but what if it's like a ninja who's just like whoopah and it was like, oh my god, he caught a
Are
snowball.
you saying all Japanese people are ninjas? You racist?
No, I said what if you're a ninja? That doesn't imply
Oh,
that there's
why?
any greater
Because
likelihood
they're
that they're
in
going to be.
Japan.
No, because a ninja
Ninjas
would
are
be able to
everywhere.
catch a
You're
snowball.
kidding yourself if you're trying to tell yourself they're only in
There's
Japan.
a ninja behind me right now, isn't there?
Not anymore.
Okay. As soon as you say their name, they disappear like the opposite of Beetlejuice.
Regardless of race, a ninja is a person who might be able to catch a snowball out of the air, Phil.
Yes.
If you catch, if you're hit with a snowball, are you out?
If you're hit with a snowball, yes, you're out. The last team to standing is the one that wins.
How do they define hit? What
Hit
if you're
means
like
that
winged?
Yeah, that's hit.
Okay.
If you're hit, you're hit.
Any contact with a snowball.
Yeah, they've got referees for these things, Joel.
What
It's
if
professional.
What if
Yeah.
little bits of snow come off the snowball and you get hit by one of the little bits, even though the ball misses?
I bet that's fine. I think that the center of gravity of the snowball is the thing that has to hit
Okay.
you.
So they have like judges.
Yeah, of course. They got line judges. It's Japan. They've got everything running so efficient.
You're thinking of Germany.
Huh? No,
Germany.
in Germany, they're murderers. They're all mass murderers. That's a completely different thing.
But efficient mass murderers.
Very efficient.
Probably the most efficient mass murderers
I
of
have
all
seen your
time.
face very
conversation.
Yeah.
Back to the snowballs.
Yes.
Snow
Remember
battle.
that time we were talking about snowball fights and transitioned into the Holocaust?
What is there any rules for how big you can make the snowball? Could I make a basketball-sized snow bomb, as it
No,
were?
the snowballs are all
Hey,
pre-made.
something
They're
like
all
a-
baseball sized. It's Japan. They play baseball. That's what they're used to throwing.
So they're like just like little boys. I was thinking of something
Yeah.
like a fat man. Like
no,
a big.
Are you saying that because it's Japan, the little boy and fat man thing? I gotta leave before this gets any more racist. That comes to an end. Another Weird Sports.
Citizens of Podcast Town, this brings to the close another sports podcast. But before we go, Phil would like to give you our contact information.
You can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. That's sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at sports3podcast. That's at sports3podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching sports podcast. You'll top our thingy. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Download the Stitcher app today at stitcher.com and search sports podcast. You can find us on YouTube by going to youtube.com/comedypodnet. You can also see me playing Tecmo Super Bowl as the 1991 Detroit Lions. You can find us on Comedy Podcast Network by looking for sports podcast under shows while you're there, comment. Or you can find us on iTunes by going to searching sports 3 space podcast. That's sports 3 space podcast. While you're there, please rate and review. It helps us out big time.
I don't know that this one was that good, guys.
No.
I think if this was a mobile technology, it would be a pager.
Yeah.
This specific episode.
I agree.
Hey, was that Billy Bajima I saw when I was coming in? Was he walking out?
Yes, he was our guest today.
Oh.
The man with the
That's interesting. I'm glad he was here, but they're having the big 2004 Oklahoma State team reunion right now in Oklahoma.
Don't tell him that.
Did he not know about that?
Don't tell him.
my
Did they not invite
Quick,
him?
make sure he doesn't come back in by doing something.
Maybe if I shut the door?
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.